Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Tuesday, July the 25th, 2023. Tuesday, July the 25th. Well, you know what? Actually, not a lot happened. Adam steps sideways up, to Chance and Sharon at the coffee house with an attitude because Chance was just, asking Sharon, "Are you sure that you really want to work with Adam in the mix?" And Adam heard that and, "Oh, you stay out of it, Chance." Oh my goodness. And Chance was just as cool and calm when he's talking to Adam. He goes, "Because you don't even know what you're talking about." And Chance says, "Oh, yeah, I do. I know you. I mean, come on. Uh, It's just my opinion." And so Chance goes, "Well, I mean, you used to know me back in the day." And I'm thinking, Adam, everybody knows you. Everybody knows you're a loose cannon. So don't even pretend, right? So anyway, then we have now they finally say or give a reason why Nick hasn't been glued to Sally at the hip. She was visiting her grandmother and her sister. See, I would say LA, but truth be told, on the Bold and the Beautiful, I don't think her grandmother lived in LA anymore, and her sister had moved on. So I think they may have been somewhere out west, but not necessarily LA where Sally was with Forrester. That's why she always had to call them. They were not that close to her anymore, especially when Coco left. So anyway, that's where she was. You think Nick could have said that? I think they just decided to write that in because I know Sharon would ask him how Sally. Oh, she's resting. No, Sally was out of town, Nick, out of town. So anyway, she's back and yeah, yada yada. Gives her a little up to date as to what's happening with the company with Sharon and Adam and him. And I don't know. She kind of gave a funny look about Nick talking about Sharon and how well they work together. I don't know. I kind of caught a strange little something, something there, right? So then Sally says she's hungry. So they go downstairs and Victor's in the whole GCAC lobby just trying to call everybody over. I called Phyllis over. Phyllis didn't want to come, but she went. He proceeded to say, "I'm not going to forget what you did to my granddaughter. And now her marriage is in shambles because of you." So Phyllis was kind of like, "Whatever, Victor." So she walks away. Then he sees Nick and Sally. "Hey, Nick, Sally," telling everybody, "Come over," right? So Nick and Sally come over, and he offers his sincere condolences to Sally for the loss of her baby, his grandchild. And out the blue, he offers her, he goes, "I know you're doing a little interior design project for Chancellor Winters, but I have something much better. I want to start a home decor division nestled under Newman Enterprises, and it could be all yours. Budget is no object, and you could have all the office space you could need." And she's in shock. She's looking like, "Wait, what?" Now, mind you, when she was pregnant, he was doing the money's no limit, but you're going to have to leave your baby here, disappear, and I'll fund your business anywhere. Oh, now it's, "Oh, well, once you here, you could do, sky's the limit for you." So Sally said, "I'll have to think about it. Can't make this decision." She says, "Plus, we do have a commitment to Chancellor Winters on a project. So we want to see that through, you know, and I would have to really think about it." So he goes, "Okay, just, the offer's here when you want it." And he has to take a phone call. And so Sally tells Nick, "You know what? I'm a little tired. I'm going to head upstairs. And no, let's order room service upstairs." So he goes, "Okay, I'll meet you upstairs. I want to talk to my dad." And when Victor gets off the phone, Nick is like, "Okay, so what was this all about? What's this offer? What's your end game?" And he goes, "Nothing, son. It's just an offer. Nothing nefarious. She goes, you trying to keep her busy to keep her away from me? He goes, just an offer. Because I'm like, well, you know what? She's going to need something to do. Because, see, we can't now be thinking we're going to ask Sally to the Augustus. No, Nick. Bottom line, Sally and Chloe wanted to land somewhere. Chancellor Winters was never a really long-term commitment. So we shall see. We'll see. She'll have to talk that over with Chloe, right? So then we have, what else happened? Oh, Phyllis. Phyllis goes into the lounge and there's Tucker and Ashley. So she goes over and she goes, what did you do with him? Where is Carson? The Tucker looks at her and he goes, well, Carson's been moved. He says, you know, I heard you talking and you know, wanting to renege on our deal, not wanting to be involved. So I moved him. And so Phyllis looks at Ashley. She goes, you know, your boyfriend or fiance, whatever she said, is blackmailing me. He holds my life in his hands. And Ashley looks at her like, and why aren't you going along with it? Right? So Phyllis says, oh my God. So you're in on it with him? And Ashley's like, Phyllis, you know what? Bottom line, all this, everything you're going through right now with Jeremy Stark, you brought this on your own. And she goes, you brought this on yourself. And Phyllis looks at her and she was going to almost say, we were in on it together, because you remember, Ashley and Nikki never wanted Stark to be contacted. They toyed with the idea, but they said, no, you know what? We don't want to bring a criminal to Genoa City. Phyllis had to go off on her own. And then she came into Ashley's house with Nikki. They're gloating that, you know what? I took matters in my own hand. I contacted Stark. I told him where Diane's at. He's on his way. And Ashley and Nikki were like, you did what? Phyllis, we had not decided that's what we were going to do. And she goes, well, somebody had to take action. So she was proud of herself, right? So anyway, Tucker gets a ding on his phone and he's looking, he goes, showing Ashley, look at this. And he goes, Phyllis, you know what? I think you got more than one war brewing. And Phyllis kind of glanced and it's Leanna Love. So Phyllis takes her own phone out and Jack gets a ding and, you know, everybody gets a little ding watching Leanna. And Leanna's talking about, look, both Jack's ex-wives and fiancés, you know, have a lot in common. You know, Diane Jenkins faked her death back from the dead, and Diane just looked, because, you know, this is nationwide, or however her Leanna's reach is. I'm sure it's regional. And then she goes, and Phyllis Summers, now newly back from the dead. And Tucker and Ashley kind of glance up at Phyllis, who's looking on her phone, going, you know, and she goes on and on, you know, about everything and how, yes, Jack has now just promoted Diane Jenkins to a CEO position at Jabot, and yeah, just going on and on, right? And so once it was over, Tucker said, ooh, goodness. You might want to rethink our arrangement, Phyllis, our agreement. Because you, on your own, you don't stand a chance. And so he and Ashley turn and they walk away. And Ashley's like, it's on her. She decided to do it or not, right? So she just looks at them and thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do, right? So Diane is looking at Jack, and Diane is like, Jack, now here's a good reason. You know, she goes, no, he goes, look, don't pay any mind to Leanna. I mean, She goes, no, this gives Ashley ammunition. It really does. This gives Ashley a lot of ammunition, Jack. So we need to react. I'm not going to resign. I'm not gonna walk away from Jabot. And Jack says, and I'm not going to either. I'm not going to give in to Ashley, because remember, he and Ashley declared just all out war against each other. They declared it, right? And so Ashley's like, bring it on. So what happened is her and Tucker come in, and Diane says, the plan is Billy wants to really get involved, and Billy will do what it takes. Billy can get his hands a little dirty, Jack. You need to step back a bit. Billy will use tactics you won't, and that you shouldn't be, the line. She goes, I've got a plan. And so they talk about it, I guess, and let's use Billy. And so Jack calls Billy to meet him the next day. He says, let's meet in the morning. Let's talk about our plan, our plan of action for Jabot. So we'll see what Diane's plan is. None of her plans have been good ever. But yeah, Jack is willing, and now they're just going to be willing to bring Billy down into the mud, into the dirt. Okay, y'all, this is going to get ugly, because Ashley said, Jack, you are choosing everything over her. So be it. Because he goes, you want to take everything? Fine. This is yesterday. I'll give you everything. I'll sign it over. So anyway, now he's flipped again. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to give her the satisfaction. You ain't going nowhere either, Diane. So we'll see. We shall see. Because look, Ashley didn't want it to be that easy. Anyway, she told Tucker, no, I don't want to get it like this. I'm thinking, come on, Ashley, you don't know what you want at all, right? So Sharon and Chance, they're at the coffee house. They've got the jukebox going. They're dancing. And my whole thing is, you guys better not use that back office again. Sharon has a huge house. Let's have some class here, folks. Chance now has his own place. I don't know where he's living. Maybe, I don't know. Did he ever say GCAC? Because he said, I found a spot. So I don't know if that means GCAC, but anything is better than the sofa in that back room. That ain't even got a good look or feel. First time, yes, it was a oops. We fell into it. Next time, no. You guys are adults. Plan ahead. You guys getting your groove on the dance floor. Now Chance look at her and say, let's take this someplace more comfortable. Help her lock up and go someplace more comfortable, y'all. So anyway, that's it. Nothing else. It really happened on The Young and the... You know what? You could tell when they've lost or don't have a lot of material. Did you notice the flashbacks they're starting to do? And they did this during COVID. A lot of flashback scenes are being cut into the story to stretch it out. We had a young Jack Abbott, handsome young Jack Abbott, and Leanna Love, and they had another flashback too. I can't remember exactly who, but when it happened, I was like, oh, look at there. They're doing some filler flashback stuff. All right. Okay, let's do whatever you can do whatever you got to do, y'all. So anyway, let's go to Comment Corner. Comment Corner. Annette says, pretty lady in the hat. Oh, my Phyllis is getting old and more crazier overnight. Come on, another 1 million subscribers. Let's have fun. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Annette. And Dito says, oh, come on, Daily Recap lady. You know that Diane has worked very hard for that upper position. Okay, she has really worked hard on her back. Oh, that's fun. That is funny, Ditos. And LaShanta says, change the decor. Abby want to throw the wedding. Abby just talked for Devon. I'm over Jack. Why don't she, Ashley, own it? Why won't she Ashley own it? Ashley owns it. Why won't she? Ashley owns it. Jack's just dumbfounded. Everything is Diane. Now Billy asked Diane twice to step down. Why all of a sudden she wants to step down? I'm liking Tucker, but not holding Phyllis's freedom over her head. And Tucker's overheard them. He moved him, meaning Carson. Yeah, I don't like the strong arm. Remember, your life is in my hands crap. I don't like all that conversation. Come on. Phyllis can be convinced without being threatened. Seriously. Because Phyllis is Phyllis. She'll go after that. She will, right? This time it just won't be some stupid half-baked plan. Oh, you got to kill yourself. When she went along with that, I said, how's she going to ever come back from that? You got to die and walk away from your family forever? How is she going to do that? I knew that was crazy, and she should have too. But anyway, that's it for the daily recap for The Young and the Restless. I will be back tomorrow for another daily recap.